W8WKY.
Amateur radio Newsline will start in 5 minutes.
W8WKY. Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2473 with the release date of Friday, March 21st, 2025 to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. The Voice of America and other international news services are being dismantled. The stranded NASA astronauts are home at last. And New Zealand gets a new mobile emergency operations center for disaster response. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2473 comes your way right now.
From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's first independent on-the-air news and bulletin service. Now, reporting from Wadsworth, Ohio, here's Stephen Kenford, N8WB.
Our top story takes us to Washington, D.C., where the U.S. Agency for Global Media has been marked for defunding. Voice of America, Radio Free Europe, Radio Free Asia, and Radio Marti are among the international news services that the White House says it is preparing to dismantle. Ken Peterson, KC0DGY, gives us the details.
Voice of America, a shortwave service launched in 1942 during the Second World War to bring news to countries under authoritarian control, is among U.S.-based news programming for overseas audiences targeted in a deep cut by the Trump administration. According to various media reports, VOA employees have been notified that they were all being placed on administrative leave with full benefits, effective immediately. Cuts to VOA, as well as Radio Free Europe, Radio Free Asia, Radio Marti, and others are the result of reductions taking place inside the U.S. Agency for Global Media, where these programs originate. These cuts are part of the ongoing downsizing of the U.S. government. The agency operates with congressional funding to deliver news in 64 languages to listeners around the world via 6 networks, some of which were created during the Cold War. VOA's first broadcast, made in 1942, was in German and was transmitted to German listeners to counter Nazi propaganda. The Agency for Global Media's mission statement reads, quote, "To inform, engage, and connect people around the world in support of freedom and democracy," end quote. On Friday, the 15th of March, Trump signed the executive order for the cuts, noting in the language of the order itself that the services earmarked for reduction had been deemed, quote, "unnecessary," end quote. This is Ken Peterson, KC0DGY.
In related news, the FCC is looking for public input on what rules, regulations, or other forms of guidance should be eliminated as part of the Commission's efforts at deregulation. A public notice has set a deadline of Friday, April 11th for initial comments. Reply comments are due by Monday, April 28th. The Commission is hoping to hear recommendations based on changes in technology and the market, cost-benefit considerations, and regulations that are a barrier to entry in the communications marketplace. All filings must reference docket number 25-133. On its website, the FCC refers to the document as the delete docket. Tuesday night, March 18th, brought a safe splashdown at long last for Suna Williams, KD-5 POB, and Butch Wilmore, the 2 NASA astronauts, left stranded on the International Space Station for 9.5 months after their Boeing Starliner spacecraft malfunctioned. They splashed down inside the SpaceX Dragon Freedom capsule off the coast of Florida along with NASA astronaut Nick Haug, KG-5 TMV, and Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander Gorbanov. The 17-hour flight home ended a saga that began with what was supposed to have been only a short test flight aboard the Boeing Starliner in June. 2 trips are planned this year for young radio operators who are accepted into the Dave Coulter Memorial Youth DX Adventure. As we hear from CellMB KB3TZB.
The adventure promises to be twice as big for young amateurs participating in the Dave Coulter Memorial Youth DX Adventure experience in June and July. There are 2 trips planned. The first trip takes a group of youngsters to one of the top contesting stations here in the U.S. The young hams will serve as a team operating special event station W3Y from June 13th to the 15th, hosted by the K3LR Multi Contest Station in Pennsylvania. In July, other young participants will be going to Curacao to another super contesting station to operate as PJ2Y. The The program is being hosted for the fourth time by the Caribbean Contesting Consortium, PJ2T. This four-day activation will take place from the 17th through the 22nd of July. Be on the lookout for applications for both of these trips. In the meantime, you can visit the team page to get more information. The website is youthdxa.org. That's youthdxa, all one word, .org. These adventures reflect the spirit and support given the program by Dave Kalter, KB8OCP, the Youth Adventures co-founder. Dave became a silent key in November of 2013. This is Cell MB, KB3TZD.
Members of the ham radio community in Bermuda and beyond are grieving the loss of a friend and active operator. We have details from Graham Kemp, BK4BB.
The call sign of Walter Carlington, DP9KD, could be heard often at the family home in Bermuda when his son, Scott, was growing up. Walter, who became licensed in March of 1978, became devoted early on to operating in CW, but soon added the joys of SSB to his repertoire. Walter became a silent key at home on the 11th of March. According to his son, Scott, he had been diagnosed with cancer. The retired mechanical engineer belonged to the Radio Society of Bermuda, the International Sideband Society, and the Mike Amateur Radio Association, where his fist and his voice were well known on a number of the group's nets. He had also been net director for the Friendly Caribous Connection net on 2 meters. Walter was 81. This is Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
A ham radio operator's repair work at his club's repeater has led to dismissal from his job with the county. George Zafiropoulos, KJ6VU, explains.
Repair work that a ham radio operator and fellow club members conducted on a repeater site in Washington State has cost the ham his government job. Ashotin County officials said that Russell Pelleberg, KA7MPX, was not authorized to give the other members of the Hell's Gate Amateur Radio Club access to the secure site, and that their work caused a communications outage and a power meter disturbance for other users at the site. And the local utility, Clearwater Power Company, also has facilities. According to a report in the Lewiston Tribune, Pelleberg said he had discussed the work with county commissioners, and they had appeared to be supportive. He told investigators that he had even written a resolution for the county to vote on, but there were delays producing the document. The newspaper report said that he had apologized on behalf of the club for proceeding ahead of the necessary vote, and that the hams meant no harm. No criminal charges were filed or recommended. Pelleberg, who has worked in government for 35 years, was terminated from his job as the county's public works director in late January. This is George Zafiropoulos, KJ6VU.
We remind our listeners that young hams who live in the continental United States have an opportunity to make news, if they aren't already doing so, by being a recipient of this year's Amateur Radio Newsline Bill Pasternak Memorial Young Ham of the Year Award. Consider nominating an amateur radio operator 18 years of age or younger, someone who has talent, promise, and commitment to the spirit of ham radio. Newsline was proud last year to honor Grace Pape, K8LG of Holland, Michigan, with this special award. Do you know someone who might qualify to receive this year's honor? Find application forms on our website, arnewsline.org, under the YHOTY tab. Nominations are now open. We are accepting nominations through May 31st. Time for you to identify your station. We are the amateur radio Newsline heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the K5 DUR repeater in Rowlett, Texas, on Sundays at 7 p.m. local time. Amateur radio is showing its strength inside one division of the U.S. Navy as we hear from Ralph Squillaci, KK6 ITB.
Amateur radio has provided the inspiration for a new initiative within the Resilient Communications Program at the U.S. Naval Undersea Warfare Center Division in the state of Washington. Organizers in Keyport, Washington, are working to use ham radio's reliability as a backup for its emergency communications when there are disruptions to the Internet, computer function, or mobile phone services. Eric Seeley, the division's director of innovation in Keyport, said that the program embraces the technology of ham radio for this purpose and will be establishing a network of licensed hams to make use of amateur radio frequencies when the need arises. Organizers have also been encouraging nearby naval bases to join in their effort. The Keyport team is reaching beyond the military, too. Everyone needs an Elmer, so organizers have contacted local ham radio clubs as well as emergency responders to help with training the new operators to grow the network. Some members of the team have already obtained their GMRS license for General Mobile Radio Service, but acknowledge that the next step is the FCC's technician test to become a ham. This is Ralph Squillace, KK6 ITB.
Hams throughout the U.S. are getting on the air to mark the anniversary of a groundbreaking vaccine that gave hope in the fight against polio 7 decades ago. Jack Parker, W8ISH, tells us more.
Members of the Narwhal Amateur Radio Society are marking the 70th anniversary of the approval of the vaccine against polio, which was developed by the American physician and researcher Dr. Jonas Salk. On April 12, 1955, the U.S. government permitted the use of Salk's injectable vaccine, which contains inactive forms of the virus. There had been several epidemics at the time of polio, a paralyzing virus also known as poliomyelitis. Radio operators in a number of locations around the U.S. will be calling QRZ Salk, or Polio on the Air, from the 5th through the 19th of April. And to ensure that everyone has a chance to make contact with the special event stations, they will be operating on HF, VHF, and UHF. Operators will be using single sideband, FT4, FT8, and Allstar. The hams will be using call signs that spell out the word polio. So listen for W7P, W7O, W7L, W7I, and W7O. Each station will be sending out individual QSL cards, so there's an opportunity to collect all 5. The Norwal operators are also looking for volunteer operators. Anyone who wants to participate or has questions about the event should send an email to the address found in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is Jack Parker, W8ISH.
A new mobile operations center has just become available in New Zealand to be deployed for emergency communications when disaster strikes. We have details from Jim Meechan, ZL2 BHF.
The new Mobile Emergency Operations Center of the Manawatu District Council was years in the making. Recently unveiled to the public at a family fun day in Victoria Park, Fielding, the EOC was a concept in administrators' mind for quite some time. They recognized for a long time that a transportable EOC was essential for civil defense emergencies in a region that has a large rural population. Until now, the urban-based EOC was all everyone had. The mobile EOC can be trailered from place to place and set up quickly, usually within half an hour. Once in place, it can accommodate as many as 40 people and shield them well from winds of up to 100 kilometers per hour or about 62 miles an hour. When discussions began years ago, Cyclone Gabrielle was on people's minds. Hawke's Bay, which is also on the North Island, suffered terribly during the 2023 storm, but mobile coordination centers responded quickly there, creating a tent city for communications and other assistance. The New Zealand Net newsletter quoted Mayor Helen Werboys, who praised the new EOC and the promise it brings in times of crisis. She said, quote, "In times of emergency, every second counts, and having a mobile, highly equipped response unit like this will make a tremendous difference in our ability to coordinate effectively and deploy resources quickly," end quote. As the newsletter editors also noted in their report, the new mobile EOC will be ideal for next year's field day operations. This is Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF.
In the world of DX, members of ARI Sondrio IQ2UL will be on the air in Italy as Special Event Station II AUT from the 27th of March through to the 10th of April for World Autism Awareness. QSL via IK2WAD. Ishmael 8P6PE is on the air as JA7PE leave from St. Vincent Island until the 30th of March. This is a POTA vacation for Ishmael, who can be spotted in POTA parks on 40 through 6 meters using SSB. See QRZ.com for QSL details. Heath BK3 TWO will be active holiday style as 3D2 TWO from Vanua Lavu, IOTA number OC016, and possibly from VT Lavu, IOTA number OC016 in Fiji until the 27th of March. Heath is using SSB and FT8 on 48 to 6 meters. QSL via his instructions. Gary KC9EE will be active as PJ7EE from St. Martin, IOTA number NA105 from the 26th of March through to the 6th of April. He will also participate in the CQWWWPX SSB contest. See QRZ.com for QSL details. Our last story is a sad postscript that relates to the debate of AM broadcast radio and perhaps even its relevance. The giant cumulus media has already pulled the plug on AM radio stations such as KVAC in California, WRIE in Pennsylvania, and KPUR in Texas, among many others. Now, one small independent station in New York State has decided that it too has had enough. Andy Morrison, K9AWM, has that story.
The website for New York radio station WIRY-AM screams, quote, hometown radio, playing all the hits from yesteryear to today. Now, after 75 years, however, there will be no hits played for any tomorrows. The upstate New York State broadcaster has announced it is going silent, the result of a changing audience and a changing media environment. Lawmakers in Washington, D.C., are presently debating whether a law is needed to ensure that car makers keep AM radio in vehicles sold in the U.S. But for this broadcaster, a locally owned station in the Champlain Valley, the argument is over and AM radio has lost. WIRY made its announcement earlier this month. The announcement did not specify the last day before its transmitter would go silent. This is Andy Morrison, K9AWM.
Have you sent in your amateur radio haiku to Newsline's Haiku Challenge yet? It's as easy as writing a QSL card. Set your thoughts down using traditional haiku format. A 3-line verse with 5 syllables in the first line, 7 in the second, and 5 in the third. Submit your work on our website at arnewsline.org. Each week's winner gets a shout-out on our website where everyone can find the winning haiku. With thanks to ABC News, Associated Press, Amateur News Daily, CNN, David Coulter Memorial, Youth DX Adventure, David Bihar, K7DB, Defense Visual Information Distribution Service, FCC, Lewiston Tribute, Narwhal Amateur Radio Society, NZNet.com, QRZ.com, Radio Insight, Radio World, Scott Carlington, Shortwave Radio.de, Wireless Institute of Australia, WPTV, Plattsburgh, Yahoo News, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer, non-profit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at airnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray and KD2 GUT at the news desk in New York and our news team worldwide, I'm Stephen Kinford, NAWB in Wadsworth, Ohio, saying 73, and as always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2024. All rights reserved.
is KD8EPC listening on the 3-9.
KD8EPC, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Hello, Dustin.
Good evening, Phil. How are you?
I'm managing, and enjoyed the day of dry, actually, considering the temperature is kind of a little overwhelming for me, but I've been outside a little bit, and it's nice. Been fixing things around the house, and still waiting, but anyway, I'm doing okay, and it's good to hear you. You sound loud and clear, and I think I'll be looking forward to getting onto the net. Kate, this is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Back over to you.
All right, very good there, Phil. Yeah, I've got the club net tonight, so I've got the net logger up and going, and yeah, starts here in just a few minutes. So thanks for the report, and glad to hear things are going well for you. And I'll have to give you a call here. Maybe we can catch up tomorrow afternoon there. So with that, I'm going to say 73 to you for the second. It's good to hear you out there. I have to go grab me a cold glass of water and get ready for the net there. So this is KD8EPC, and I'm going to be clear on your final.
And KD8EPC with the 3. Very good. Forward to hearing from you. And you be good to yourself, and let Nick know that I am asking about him in his recovery, and hopefully he's doing much, much better. I haven't talked to him. Well, I think I had a phone call maybe a week and a half ago or something like that, 2 weeks ago. But I just hope to see that he's listening well and able to get back into the spirit of getting outside. And I know he likes to e-bike a little bit, but right now it has to be very at ankle. So anyway, with that, I'll go ahead and be clear. 73 to you as well, Dustin, and thank you for acknowledging the call out to you. KD8EPC, okay, and I'm clear.
The weekly Serenet, featuring club news, trivia, and check-ins from some of the nicest hams in the universe starts in 5 minutes.
W8WKY.
KD8EPC WADLM.
WADLM, this is KD8EPC. Evening, Eric.
Good evening, Dustin. I just left the Y, and I should be home in just a few minutes. So by the time you get through your in and outs, I'll be there.
All right, good deal. We're looking forward to another wonderful trivia question there. So we'll get lots of check-ins, and we'll check in with you here shortly. Drive safely, my friend.
Will do. WADLM. KD8EPC, K4OG.
Hi, Mark. How you doing? KD8EPC.
I am mobile. I'm in the same boat as Eric, kinda. I just left work, but I hope to be back in the QTH I'm on the base unit by the time you get done with preambles and such. K4OG, back to you.
All right, very good there, my friend. Looking forward to hearing you again here in a few minutes. So mobile safely for now. This is KD8EPC. I'm clear until that time.
Get ready for the weekly Serenet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
CQ, this is W8WKY calling CQ for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Net. My name is Dustin. My call sign is KD8EPC, and I'll be net control this evening using the club called W8WKY. We meet here every Tuesday at 8 p.m., and all amateurs are welcome to check in. This is a directed net, and all traffic must pass through net control, and emergency or priority traffic can break in at any time. Before we get started, do we have any announcements? Please call now. All right, not hearing any announcements there. I don't have anything for you personally, so we're going to start out tonight by a couple of rounds of in and out traffic, and then we'll take some traffic that's going to stick around, and we'll get our trivia read here. So let's get this thing started. This is W8WKY. We're looking for in and out check-ins for the Tuesday Club Net. Please call now.
Whiskey Delta 8, Lima Alpha.
November 8, Whiskey Sugar, Bill into London, in and out.
November 8, Zulu, X-Ray, Bravo, John, N8ZXB, in and out.
In and out.
Whiskey 8, Charlie, Tango, Mike, carry it, Portage Lakes, in and out.
Kilo, Echo 8, Juliet, November, Hotel, Duggan, Rittman, in and out.
Kilo, Echo 8, India, Mike, Echo, David, Sterling, in and out.
Kilo, Echo 8, Tango, Lima, Bravo, KE8, TLB, Randy and Ribbon. I'll be in and out, 73 Dustin. Groovy Cat.
All right, let me pick it up right there and make sure I've got it.
8, Alpha, X-Ray, Oscar, in and out.
All right, let's try this again. Let me make sure I've got it here. All right, I picked up WD8LLA Neil. I have N8WS. I have N8ZXB. I picked up KF8G, W8CTM, K8JNH, K8IME, K8TLB, and KF8AXO. Do we have any other in and outs? Please call now.
Q
Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, Tom and Ken, in and out.
IRJ, all Master now.
Kilo Echo 8, Lima Victor Alpha, Aaron and Worcester.
All right, we picked up a couple more there. We got K8 MNT Tom. I have KG7 IRJ Paul and K8 LV8 Aaron there. Any more in and out check-ins, please call now. All right, what a nice orderly list of in and out check-ins. Now that we've got some in and out check-ins, this is W8WKY with the Sarah Club Net. We're going to take some regular check-ins. So stations that want to stick around and answer the trivia, please call now.
Kilo Alpha 8 Lima Yankee Juliet, KA8 LYJ, Bob, lingering in Barberton.
WKY, this is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG, Nick, down the farm.
W8WKY, Whiskey 8.
W8WKY, this is AAHCT, Craig and Shreve.
November Tango, 8 Delta, NT8D, Dave and Copley.
Please copy Kilo Echo 8 Uniform India Bravo KE8 UIB John and Maslin.
W8WKY.
Kilo Echo 8 Echo Hotel Golf KE8 EHG Mike and Navarre.
This is WO3X Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray John in Cuyahoga Falls.
Kilo Delta 8 November Echo Oscar KD8 NEO Darrell in Holmes County in and out.
Delta 8 Sierra Mike West Maslin in and out.
All right, let me hold it up right there and tell you who I picked up. I have K8LYJ, KD8 SLG, W8TD, I have A8CT, I have NT8D, I have K8UIB, I have K8EHG, I have WO3X, KD8NEO, and he was in and out. And the very last one in Maslin, I didn't catch your whole call. Would you come back with that again, please?
Delta 8 Sierra Mike Oscar Fred Maslin in and out tonight. Thank you very much.
All right, we got KD8 SMO in and out there. Thanks so much for joining us. Yeah, you cleared up there. You were staticky at first, but towards the end you were real good there, so we got you in and out. All right, this is W8WKY. Do we have any other regular check-ins? Please call now.
Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha KE8 VZA Eric in Strongsville.
Kilo Charlie 8 Hotel Delta Papa KC8 HDP Jerry in Shreve.
W2JLS John in Fairlawn.
All right, we picked up KC8 HDP Jerry and W2JLS John in Fairlawn there. What a nice list of check-ins we have here. Let's see, we'll make one more call here. Any other check-ins for the Sarah Club Net, please call now.
Kilo
Bravo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8 VZA, Eric in Strongsville.
All right, KE-VZA. I'm sorry, Eric, I got you on the list. I must have just forgot to read you. So I got you there, buddy. Good to hear you. All right, what a nice list of check-ins here. Let's go see if, let's see here. Oh, boy, let's get our trivia here from Eric, W8ELM. Did you make it home there, Eric?
W8WKY from W8ELM. I did make it home. Actually had a couple minutes to spare. So, are you ready for the trivia?
That is affirmative. We are ready to hear it. Let's see what you got for us this evening.
I am not much of a sports aficionado, so I decided today I'm going to put in some kind of a sports question, and this is it. What did Babe Ruth wear under his ball cap during games? What did Babe Ruth wear under his ball cap during games? Was it A, a cabbage leaf, B, a rosin bag, C, a photograph of his sister Mamie, or D, an 1895 Indian head penny? Again, what did Babe Ruth wear under his ball cap during games? Is it A, alpha, a cabbage leaf, B, bravo, a rosin bag, C, Charlie, a photograph of his sister Mamie, or D, an 1895 Indian head penny? Back to net.
All right there, Eric. Well, what a great question, and we're going to have to think about that because I have no idea there. But thanks for doing it. We really appreciate you doing the trivia for us there, and we're looking forward to hearing it. So let's start at the top here at K8LYJ. This is W8WKY. How you doing?
W8WKY, this is K8LYJ. I'm going to stop being the first one to check in, doggone it. I have no friggin' idea. I'm going to go with alpha, the cabbage leaf, because it just sounds absurd enough to be true. Other than that, it's been a pretty decent day. Had an appointment at the VA up in Parma. It seemed to go well, and just came back and puttered around the office and till the breakfast for dinner. And I'll give it back to you, K8LYJ.
All right there, Bob. Well, great to hear you. It sounds like you had a productive day there. So good to hear you. We got you down for answer A, and we'll look forward to catching you down the log. Well, let's go down to my good friend, Just Nick, KD8SLG. You melting ice, Nick? What do you know?
WKY, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Dustin, and all of the Sarah Club netizens. I am, in fact, melting ice. Thanks for asking. Oh, let's do trivia. On a show called The Kids in the Hall, there's a character who he wears cabbage leaves on his head. He's not a very likable character. But I'm not going to go with that one. I'm going to go with Bravo tonight, the rosin bag. Rosin bag. Yeah, that's what it is. Probably should have made this announcement during the announcements, but it is coming up on the end of the month, and dues are due. So just remind everybody to renew, and anybody who wants to up the first time, you're welcome. That's all I got tonight, Dustin. Look forward to hearing you tomorrow. It's KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right, Nick. Well, great to hear you, and we got you down for answer B. And yeah, you can catch me the first hour of the Boredom Breaker net tomorrow, and tomorrow night is Josh and Lucy night, so I'll just be hanging around in the shadows, lurking there. Great to hear you, my friend. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you on down the log. All right, let's go over to John now. W8TD, how you doing?
WAWKY and the net, Whiskey 8 Tango Delta. John, from Wadsworth. I'm going to go with Bravo on the trivia question. Almost done with this leg of the trip. We're still off the West Coast for a couple of days, and then Sunday I'll be leaving the ship and heading on to the next ship for the fourth leg of the trip. I kind of plan to stick around and hear the answer, the real answer to the trivia question, but it's after midnight here, so I don't guarantee I won't fall asleep. WWKY and the net, Whiskey 8 Tango Delta.
All right there, John. Well, wonderful to hear you out there, and you are a well-traveled man for sure. Always is somewhere interesting when we talk to you. So if you can stay awake, great. If not, I'm sure you can check in the morning, and somebody will have the answer for you. So we got you down for answer B there. We'll say 73, and we'll catch you on down the log. That's going to bring me over to Craig, A8CT. How you doing?
W8WKY. Good evening, Dustin. Yeah, because I don't know, and because it seems the most logical answer, so if Eric's doing it, that's probably not the answer. So I'm going to go with Bravo, for no other reason than I don't know. So with that, you have a great evening. We'll be hanging around, and we'll catch you tomorrow night. You take care. AHCT, back to net.
All right there, Craig. We got you on for answer B. We'll say 73 to you. Have a great evening. And it's Josh and Lucy tomorrow night, but you can catch me, like I said, at 1 o'clock our time, noon Central Time for the Boredom Breaker tomorrow. So we'll say 73, and that's going to bring me on over to Copley. NT8D, Dave, how you doing?
Hello, Dustin, everybody on the net. I'm doing pretty well for a Tuesday night. I got a busy day tomorrow, and I got a few things done today, mostly like bookkeeping and financial. And, I had the very, very first person who bounced a check to me this week. So I'm just kind of bummed out about that. After 10 years, it happened to me. Anyways, everything's going pretty well. Nice, beautiful day. A little chillier than I hoped. Not quite warm enough to do the painting I wanted to do because epoxy does not dry very well in cold weather. So we'll go ahead and wait. We're going to be patient. I'm really kind of anxious to get the boat out, but I still do need to get tags for the trailer before I can legally put her on the road. So that's coming up soon. Nick, Kids in the Hall. Yeah, one of my faves. I love the after midnight comedy stuff that used to be on in the 80s and 90s. Nobody's picked C yet, so I'm going to go ahead with the picture. It just sounds very sweet. I like that answer just because it sounds very sweet. Thanks for running the net. We'll look forward to see what happens. Sorry I missed the meeting on Thursday. Had a great time playing music, though. Sending it back to Net Control, WAWKY. This is NTAD.
All right there, Dave. Well, bummer to hear about the check there, and we got you on for C, and I hope you get that warm weather you need to do your epoxy work soon, because boating season is just around the bend there. So we'll say 73D and catch you down the log, and that's going to bring me on over here to John, KEUIB. How you doing?
KD8EPC from KD8UIB. Good evening, Dustin, everybody out there in the net. And you guys know me. I'm chilling, living a $5 dream a nickel at a time. Hi. Trivia question. Messaging back and forth with my mom and dad and wife sitting here, and my parents are saying D for Delta, and so me and the wife are just going to go with them tonight, and we'll just call it a Sager family guest, and we'll all go with Delta tonight and see how that goes. With that, I hope everybody's having a good evening. Got home from work today, and I've been building a portable Baofeng repeater in a box system, and I finished that off tonight, and then I'm going to start into my ST8 journey next. But as far as the little repeater in a box, I did post a video of that on the Sarah Club Facebook page as well. So with that, you guys, this is K8UIB. I'm going to go ahead and hand this back over to Net Control 73, Joe.
All right there, John. We'll say 73 to you, and we'll catch you on down the log. Let's go over to Mike now. KEHG, how you doing?
Good evening, everyone on the net. I just thought I'd jump in there and say hello. Baseball's starting. Excuse me. Baseball's starting, and that means warmer weather, so I'm just hoping, Excuse me. I don't know. Cabbage leaf sounds really goofy. It just sounds enough where it's like, who knows? So I'm going to go with A, Alpha, and we'll see what happens. KE8, EHG, back to net.
Mike, we'll have a good evening. We got you down for A, and we'll look forward to catching you down the log there. We'll say 73. This is W8WKY with the Sarah Club Net. Next on the list here is WO3X. John, how you doing?
Good evening, Dustin, and all on the net. This is WO3X. John here in Cuyahoga Falls. Let's see. Talking about Cuyahoga Falls, April 5th is our Hamfest. And we got some prizes from some of the same donors that were donating to the Warren Hamfest. So we're going to be selling extra chance tickets also in addition to the admission ticket. So come on to the Hamfest and maybe you'll win something. Let's see here, and in July 1980, I started working for a company that I worked for 12 years after that. But after several years, we didn't have direct deposit. That was in the early 1990s. This happened. I took my paycheck to the bank, and they told me that there was insufficient funds in the payroll there to give me anything. So that was a Friday, so that took the fun out of the weekend there. So Monday I went to the accounting people and told the guy that my paycheck bounced, and he was kind of astounded, but he went and checked into it and fixed it. Let's see here. Let's see, on the trivia, I think I'm going to go with that cabbage leaf. The rosin bag would tend to fall out, and the picture would get damaged. I don't know if they had plastic bags back then to put it in. And I don't know where he would put the penny. Maybe he could put it in the rim there. But I'm going to go with the cabbage leaf. So with that, W8WKY, this is WO3X, back to the net.
All right there, John. We got you down for answer A, and boy, it sounds like you guys are going to have a great time at that Hamfest. I'll be at work, but otherwise I'd love to be there maybe next time around. So we'll say 73. Thanks for joining us, and have a great evening. Let's go over here to Eric, KVZA. How you doing there, Eric? What's going on?
W8WKY, this is KE8VZA here. Doing well, Dustin. Thanks for picking me up. Thanks for running the net tonight. And another great trivia question from W8ELM. Before I forget, I'll give you my answer. I'm going to go out on a limb here and go with Delta, the 1895 Indian head penny. I don't know. Thinking maybe it's a good luck thing. I'm purely guessing, and maybe he stuck it in the band of the hat somewhere. Don't know, but I'm going to go with Delta. Big W is off the hook. It's crazy. A lot of change happening, a lot of good change, but man, does it take a lot of energy from all of us. So I don't know about my coworkers, but I'm worn out at the end of the day. Stopped at the rec center and got a good workout in on the weight machines, nonetheless, and feel good as a result. It was good to see everybody at the meeting last Thursday, and I actually got to stop at Casa Nuestra and have a delicious Texas burrito. Fantastic. It had been too long. But I'm also on the 10-meter net with Norse, so it's kind of a drag race before they call me again. So I better turn it back to net control here. Thanks again, Dustin. 73, everybody. Delta, I'm going with Delta. KEAVZA, back to net control.
All right, Eric. Well, it sounds like you might need a vacation there, hi, but glad that it's good change happening there at work, and hopefully you get some rest there soon. Sorry I didn't make the meeting. We were laying at home with a bad back, so there you go. We got you down for Delta. We'll say 73 and catch you down the log. Let's go talk to Jerry now, KC8HDP. What's going on in Shreve?
Well, good evening, Dustin and Eric. This is KC8HDP. Thanks for doing the net this evening, Dustin and Eric. Another great trivia question, which I'm going to answer before I forget. Let's see. Well, I guess I'll go with Alpha, the cabbage leaf. Well, there's not a lot going on in Shreve, and there usually isn't, except when we're having like Migration Sensation or the Swamp Fest. But and neither the migration's already done, and the Swamp Fest is yet to come. So anyway, that's all that's going. Nothing's going on here. But it was a really nice day. I enjoyed lunch with the Wayne Erie's group as always on Tuesdays. Eric was there. Let's see. Gosh, I hope I didn't step on John, who's up next, checking in. But anyway, don't have anything else. I'm going to send things back to you, Dustin. W8WKY and the net from KC8HDP 73.
All right there, Jerry. No worries there. We got you on for answer A, and good to hear you. And nope, you weren't stepping on anybody. My fat fingers clicked the wrong line there. So good to hear you. Good to have you on the net. And we'll say 73 and catch you down the log. Let's go over to Fairlawn and talk to John now. W2JLS. How you doing, my friend?
KD8EPC, hosting the Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee Clubnet. Hello to you, sir. Good evening on your ears. I'm curled up on the Victor Lima Charlie, the very large couch in the great room here, and I've got the fire going because it's cold. I'm also feeling just a little ill-affected. I'm not sure if it's like seasonal allergies, I'm hoping, but it's been hanging in there for a couple of days. Things are warming up. I got stuff blooming and all of that, so hoping it's allergies. I haven't been sick, and I was thinking about this since the fall before COVID, so I hate to, I have to put a little mark, though, on my not well, maybe, calendar. I don't really have one, but I've got a mental note. The trivia question, love it. I don't wave this around. I know some of you know it. I'm a Yankees fan. I was not there to enjoy the Babe. I think that was much longer ago, before my time, but I'm going to take a stab at C. I'm thinking maybe back in that time period, the idea of photos was maybe newer and more exciting. The thought of carrying one of your sister, I don't know if it's like a good luck or maybe his sister died young or something. I have no idea. But I guess I'm in there with Dave, and on this one I'm going to guess choice C. Anyway, good evening on yours to all, and I hope some of you caught that great sunset. It was kind of like a lavender light violet purple thing. W2JLS back to net.
All right there, John. Well, I got you down for C, and I hope you get to feeling better there real soon. Seasonal allergies are no fun, and neither is any of that other good stuff. So good to hear you, and that sunset was really nice. I was driving home just before the net and got to catch it there. So we'll say 73, my friend. Have a good night. Now, let's catch up soon. It's been a while. So let's go over here and let's stay in the area there and go to Copley and talk to K4OG. Middle Mark, how you doing? Let's try that again. K4OG. Mark, are you there? Did you fall off?
You double time.
All right, let me try this again. K4OG, are you there? I heard that, but maybe he's knocked out the tone on. That might be the problem there. We'll try one more time. K4OG, can you hear me? All right, we'll try him again in a minute. Let's try Uncle Fred. QFT, good evening.
Interesting question. I'm just going to go with D. Well, I tell you, I was a little late getting in here because I downloaded the Major League Baseball Network. I could stream it now, and I'm watching the first. This is the last exhibition game. It's the Twins and somebody else. I forget the commercials on. But in any event, I notice now the hitters get to challenge the call. You know, like they do in football. Now they get to challenge whether it's a ball or a strike. And oh man, what's it all coming to? You know, the umpires, 2 times I've seen challenges made, and both times the umpires were wrong. But I mean, that's not an easy job. And I'm afraid that they're going to just go all electronic and have a electronic eye back there doing the umpire's job. Anyhow, yeah, thanks, Eric. It's the Twins and the Rockies. Anyhow, y'all take care. KEQFT, back to net control.
All right there, Uncle Fred. I just wanted to come back to you one more time. Did you say B or D for your trivia answer?
Delta, D. Back to you.
All right, let me go back up here then. We got you down for D. We'll say 73. Let's go try K4OG one more time. Mark, are you out there?
Let's see if I'm out there, Dustin. K4OG.
Working now. Go ahead.
All right. WAWKY and KD8EPC. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I think I just broadcasted my answers on the blowtorch of Parma. Oh, well. Eric, I love all the distractors and all the answers. Now, I was going to pick Charlie because nobody had picked it, but John got to it before I did. So, I'm not fond of Rosenbag, but, and I love cabbage leaf. Wearing that in your head. That's a good one. But Nick is rarely wrong, so with that idiot logic, I'm going with Bravo. Put me down for B, Dustin. K4OG, back to net.
All right there, Mark. We got you down for Bravo. Good to hear you, my friend, and we'll say 73 to you for now. And that's going to bring me over here to the shores of Lake Erie, Vermilion. Scott, KVOX, take it away.
W8WKY to KE8 to VOX. Scott, over here in Vermilion. Well, good evening, Dustin. Good evening, all the listeners. Beautiful day up here on the lake. It didn't get as warm as what I thought it might, or else, I don't know, I went to lunch today, and I was sitting in front of a big old window, and I started getting pretty warm, and after lunch went out, and I still thought it was nice, and by the time I drove home and got back out of the car, I realized it wasn't as warm as what I thought it was. So I was planning on getting on the e-bike and throwing the HF on there and an antenna and go activate in the park for POTA, but I didn't do that. I went over, we're building a new house, and went over to see what the surveyor had accomplished, and seeing he hadn't accomplished anything, so came back home and been playing radio ever since, but yeah, I tried checking in there, and I got ran over a couple times there. I think one was either a Mercedes or a Cadillac, because that hood ornament was tough to pull out. But yeah, I made it in. That's all that counts. It's all good. But hey, thanks for doing. Oh, my answer for the trivia is C, Charlie. Thanks for doing the net, Dustin. Thanks for getting me in, and everybody have a great evening. W8WKY, KE8 VOX, 73.
W8WKY.
All right there, Scott. Well, great to hear you, and good luck with the house building there. I hope you get it done there sooner than later, and I hope you get a nice big tower to put up behind it. We got you on for answer C. We'll say 73 and catch you down the log. I got this next one off the blue screen. I'm not sure if he's here or not, but we're giving him a shot. KC8FQV, Mark, are you there?
KCFTV.
All right there, Mark. We got you in there. Have fun at your meeting. We'll catch you later. Let's jump on over to Florida now and talk to WB4AIZ. Chuck, how you doing?
WB4AIZ. Hope you're not too shocked. I'm actually checking in without checking out. Well, anyways, just getting ready to, I gotta put the phone on charge. But anyways, Amy is up here today, the last couple days, and I had my girlfriend was in the hospital for a few days, had RSV or whatever it is, respiratory virus. So she's in rehab now, so they said 10 days. So I guess she's getting better. I hope so. But anyways, don't really have a whole lot. I'll do probably my usual thing on tomorrow and Sunday. Anyways, everyone take care. WB4AIZ.
Well, hey, Chuck, it's good to hear you out there. We're glad to have you with us. Sorry to hear about your girlfriend being in the hospital, but hopefully she's home sooner than later. But I did want to ask you before you go, did you happen to hear our trivia? And if not, would you like to hear it and take a shot at it?
I didn't hear the question. Well, we'll try it. Go ahead.
All right, let me go up here real quick. W8ELM, would you mind rereading us the trivia, please?
Not at all, Dustin. What did Babe Ruth, the Bambino, wear under his ball cap during games? Was it A, alpha, a cabbage leaf, B, bravo, a rosin bag, C, Charlie, a photograph of his sister Mamie, or D, Delta, an 1895 Indian head penny? Again, what did Babe Ruth wear under his ball cap during games? Was it A, a cabbage leaf, B, a rosin bag, C, a photograph of his sister Mamie, or D, an 1895 Indian head penny? Back to net.
All right, thanks so much, Derek. Let's go back over here to Florida real quick. WB4AIZ, Chuck, take it away.
I don't think I'm going to say a rosin bag. I don't know. Chopped up. We'll say the rosin bag. I don't know. WB4AIZ.
All right, we give you answer B there. We'll say 73 there, Chuck. And yeah, you were pretty choppy that time around, too. I'm not sure what's going on there. So we'll say 73 to you and catch you on down the log. Let's go try this other one I found in the blue screen. I don't know if he's here or not, but N8JET, Bill, are you out there? All right, nothing heard. One more call there. N8JET, Bill, are you there? All right, nothing heard. This is W8WKY with the Sarah Club Net. We're at the bottom of the list, and we're looking for some more check-ins. Please call now.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor, Kevin in Valley Springs, California.
Boy, I'll take them one at a time. That's a really good one. K6KJV, RevKev, how you doing? Pleasure to hear you on a Tuesday night.
Well, hello, Dustin, and everyone else on the net. This is K6KJV here in a nice, warm, sunny 83 degrees, Valley Springs, California. Yep, that's right. No snow, no ice, and we're having a good time here. And if y'all come out, we'll have a barbecue. So, but yeah, it's nice talking to you on a different night. I was perusing through the list there and saw y'all was on there, so I thought I'd call and check in and give you one for the count. And I did just happen to hear the trivia question, so not that I need to hear the question to give you my answer, because you always know what my answer is, only it's half my regular answer, so my answer is D, as in Delta. So nice to talk to you there, Dustin. With that, I'm going to say God bless, protect, prosper, and bring peace and healing to each and every one of all y'all, your families and friends. And I will turn the mic back over to you from K6KJV. It's all yours, sir.
All right there, Kevin. Well, great to hear you out there, as always, and especially on a Tuesday night. So, man, you enjoy that nice warm weather. It's in like the 40s today and maybe 40 degrees and kind of windy, but the sun was out, so that was at least nice. But great to hear you, and you know what? I think it's going to take more than a little barbecue to lure me into California. Hi. So we'll say 73 and catch you on down the log. All right, we're at the bottom of the list. This is W8WKY with the Sarah Club Net. We're looking for some more check-ins. Please call now.
Well, hello, Dustin, and everyone else on the net. This is K6KJV here in a nice, warm, sunny 83 degrees, Valley Springs, California. Yep, that's right. No snow, no ice, and we're having a good time here. And if y'all come out, we'll have a barbecue. So nice to talk to you there, Dustin. With that, I'm going to say God bless, protect, prosper, and bring peace and healing to each and every one of all y'all, your families and friends. And I will turn the mic back over to you from K6KJV. It's all yours, sir.
All right, nothing heard. One more call there. N8JET, Bill, are you there? All right, nothing heard. Let's go talk to Eric, W8ELM. What comments do you have for us this evening, Eric?
W8WKY from W8ELM. Not a great deal. As you know, I was at a jam session at our local Y tonight, and that's always interesting, trying to make sure I get home in time to do trivia. And I appreciate Nick for standing by for me. I knew I could make it by about 8:05, but sometimes the in and outs go pretty quick. So anyway, everything worked out tonight. Are you ready for the answer, or are you going to give one more call?
I'll tell you, Eric, I think I'm ready for the answer if you are.
Well, idea I made all these things. No, I didn't really. Anyway, the first person to get this right was KA8LYJ. I think he said he was malingering around the shack. Maybe I got that wrong, but we'll go with that anyway. The correct answer is A, Alpha. The babe wore a fresh cabbage leaf under his cap to keep his head cool. He replaced it every 2 innings. So let's see, we had Bob, we had K80HG Mike, W03X John, KC8HDP Jerry, and KC8FQV Mark had the correct answers. B, a rosin bag would not have been permitted, still isn't, for batters. C, Mamie was Babe's only surviving sibling. She was younger, and they had a very close relationship. But to my knowledge, he did not carry her picture under his hat in the brim inside there, or the lining, or whatever you call that. And D, Babe was born in 1895, so the Indian head penny would have been in use when he was born. From 1859 to 1909, when the Lincoln head cent, developed by Victor D. Brenner, I think, took over. A lot of people think the Baby Ruth candy bar was named for him, and it might very well have been. But it was produced by the Curtis Candy Company starting in 1921, and they claimed that it was named for Ruth Cleveland, who was the daughter of President Grover Cleveland. Whether or not there's anything to that, I do not know. Thanks for your participation. Dustin, great job on the net. Back to you from W8ELM.
All right there, Eric, and thank you again for another wonderful trivia question. That was really interesting, and I learned something new there. So appreciate you doing it, and I'm glad you had fun at the jam session this evening, as always there. We're going to say 73 to you. This is W8WKY, and we're going to make this the last call for check-in. So any other stations waiting to check in, please call now.
Okay, Dustin, what was the answer? I just dialed up again.
It was answer Alpha there, Cabbage Leaf Mark. We'll say 73 and enjoy the meeting there. This is W8WKY. Any other check-ins for the Sierra Club Tuesday Night Net, please call now. All right, nothing else heard there. I'd like to thank everybody for checking in with us on the Sierra Club Tuesday Night Net. Come and join us on the next edition next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater. With that, this is W8WKY. I'm going to be clear and turning the repeater back to normal amateur use at this time. 73, everybody.
W8WKY.
E8 to EHG Mobile.
W8WKY.